I didn't know Tony was in charge with the Rebel Legions, I guess. Or with the Rebel Legions. I don't know why I put an S on that.
Sorry, what was the question?
I didn't know that Tony was in charge over there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he just
he just got nominated like a month ago.
Oh.
All right, and as I'm killing the music and we're talking about the Rebel Legion, the cosplaying group, not the actual Rebel Legion from movie fame, that would be kind of awkward. We don't actually know anybody from that.
Or the cyberpunk gang.
So welcome back. We are ready to roll with Changing Breed. This is episode 6, I believe.
I think so.
Played with my settings too, so I apologize if I'm coming in a little bit loud. I've been coming in really low on other recordings, so I boosted my volume. So we were busy doing a recap, getting Missy up to date with all of her flirtatious antics and the party glasswalker vehicle that they were in. I think you're in San Francisco? Or L.A.?
LA.
L.A., okay. It's one of those California towns. Not important, I guess. And then we're waiting for, hopefully, Rachel to join us a little bit later on. But outside of that, that's all I really have. Oh, one thing I did want to announce real quick. At some point during this week, I'm going to be doing a product test for a company that recently... They're called Amcrest, and they do a lot of other video camera and security things, but they're getting into the market for webcams. And I'm going to be doing a product test for one of their webcams, the Amcrest 1 or 210B, I think is the name of it. So hopefully it'll be pretty good. I'm going to pop on and stream a little bit, probably just random games or whatnot during this week to check it out. But based on the specs, it should be very comparable to the Logitech 922, which if you have that, you would know it's a little bit over $100 some odd. And if this is anywhere near comparable, it's less than half that. So that's always a good thing for an HD web camera. So, but that's all I got. Todd, why don't you go ahead and take us away?
All right. So, in our last adventure, we had just left off Catamaris and William in the forest, preparing for a ritual to enable others to enter the Umbra towards them. One of the largest problems of stepping sideways with multiple changing breeds, and this is something we were talking off camera, is that different breeds enter the Umbra in different ways. So like your Minotaur, your Werebull, your Garou, your Korax, they have it easy. They just need a shiny surface. They need to step sideways, and it's good to go for them. The closer you are to Gaia, as in a forest, the easier it is to go with it. If you're so there's points where the veil is weak because it's tied to the earth. And then when you get towards cities, that veil is stronger, and it's harder to slip sideways. Unless you're a changing breed like the Anasti, the Were-Spiders, who like the city. They like the Weaver, and so it's easier for them to slip sideways within the city. And then there are other breeds that need dens to transfer to, or they have to be escorted over to the Umbra. So it just depends on where we're at. What William just starts to explain as we're going over the ritual. William is explaining a little bit to Catamaris, trying to figure out what he knows to see about, because obviously he knows how to step sideways, but what does he know about other breeds? So we'll pick it up from there. So William would be saying to you, as you guys were preparing the cairn, preparing to make a small pool here, he just turns to you and he says, well, what do you know of the other breeds, of how they enter the Umbra?
My information on that is going to be woefully out of date.
I can say to you, your kind is closer to the Guru. You have a closer bond to Gaia when going through the veil. If
That much
in
I'm
my-
aware of.
within my own den, within my own area, I am able to slip sideways easier. The rite that we are performing is going to rend the veil to allow others of other breeds to enter the Umbra easier from this location. We will rend the veil, and then after we have left, the spirits will heal this rending. But it will allow, once they get here, it will allow them to go to our next location.
Very well.
What I need from you is, our Karen here is woefully out of care. The mirror pool that was here, the water source is dried up. Do you have the ability to summon spirits, a water spirit?
That is not something that I have the capability of doing.
If you were to step sideways, because your way is different than mine, how would you be able to step sideways without a mirror here? Would it just be more difficult for you, or
I pull out my axe.
oh, this is mirrored enough, I see. So if you were to enter using this mirrored source, you may see spirits that are around within the other side of the veil here, and you may be able to speak to them or call to them. So there should be withered water spirits nearby. Do you have a canteen upon you? I brought my own. Do you have your own canteen?
I would imagine I would have something, probably not like a modern canteen.
Like a water skin.
Probably a water skin of some kind, yeah.
Okay, so you might. So if he says canteen, and you're like, you just hold up the water skin,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Sure. I have this.
Well,
I believe it is a working equivalent.
I would imagine if you were to go to the Umbra with that water skin, and he points to like there's a spot, there's a totem in the middle there, and then near the pit, the totem, there's just like a ditch, and he points to the ditch, and he's like, that is where the pool used to be. I would imagine that if you were to cross over and go within that ditch, that you might be able to place the water within there, and then without even a ceremony, you may be able to call the water spirits to that indentation in the ground there.
This is a little outside of my scope, but if you wish me to cross over and pour water on the spiritual ground, that is something I can do.
Yes, that's that. Because if that is done, it will make the rending possible. So I cannot cross over. I cannot make the rending before you help heal the earth first.
Very well. So then I am going to focus. I'm going to stare into my axe, like any other good guru would do with a clave. And oh, no, that is not my dice pool for that. I have much less. What is the difficulty?
Here is 6.
6 to cross over. Alrighty.
So tell the ladies what dice pool you're using, so they know when we're getting to that point.
I believe it's you roll your available gnosis.
Right.
And
building those-
I have a whopping. I have 3 dice to roll, and I scored 1.
Hey,
So
that's
I don't
fine.
do it gracefully, but I am able to do it.
Yeah, so you slowly cross over. So you don't like jump over, but you do slowly cross over.
Yes.
When you get to the other side, you see where you just slaughtered the 3 Bane spirits, or sorry, the 4 Bane spirits
Mm-hmm.
that had dissipated. You see their corpses on the ground here in the Umbra. So
Okay.
they're on the ground. They're being eaten by it. They look like vultures, but instead of just the head being no feather, their entire bodies have no feathers on them. And the vultures, they're eyeless. But they don't look deformed. It looks like that's so all you see is claws, and they're just carrion eaters here.
Do I sense worm coming from them?
No.
Okay.
The worm is coming from the corpses on the ground, but these carrion eaters are disposing of it.
Gotcha.
So, the moon from where you were before, it was not a full moon. I think it was a 3/4 moon, if I remember right. But the moon in the sky is
Mhm.
4 times larger than it normally would look. It fills the sky.
Okay.
And you've seen this before. This is something that's not uncommon when you go in the Umbra, to see something focused like that.
Right.
Looking around, the cairn on this side is it's a lot clearer on this side. The ground looks healthier, the trees look healthier and larger. The rocks look larger. I mean, everything looks better kept on this side.
Okay.
So you roll your perception, and what am I looking at? Maybe primal urge. Just trying to do something that's more.
I'm sorry. You want me to roll what again?
Perception and primal urge. I'm thinking that might be the best.
Perception and then primal urge. Woohoo! Difficulty
Is 7.
I have 1.
There you go. All right. What are you going to notice with 1? You will notice there's movement in places that it doesn't appear there should be movement. Like the rocks almost appear to be moving. The trees, like the branches within the trees, appear to be moving.
Mm-hmm.
There's no wind. I mean, things just appear to be moving.
Okay.
So this has something to do with the Umbra and spirits.
Again, I'm not the most spiritual individual. This is not my forte. So
Right.
I'm just going to walk over to the physical representation of where this pool used to be. I'm going to open my water skin, and I'm just going to look around and very abruptly say, "Spirits!" Glug, 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 glug. Just dump water into it. I don't have the capability of speaking to them, so hopefully they comprehend.
Okay. The ground here within the pool itself is dusty. Everything else is pretty clean, but the pool, walking into the dried pool,
Mhm.
was like walking into like there was layers of dust within inside here.
Mhm.
Coming into it, you're pouring the water, and just like if you had poured water into like a big pile of dust, it drips, and like there's like dust is coming up as it's dripping. The first few like cups of water that hit the ground are instantly absorbed. There's no trace of it. And as you pour more and more, like as it starts to pull up, it's like the ground is sucking the water back into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You pour it all out, and there is some mud on the ground where you poured it out.
Okay.
And that's all you see at this point.
But we have reached the extent of all that I can do. So I will stand diligently and wait.
All right. Roll your perception and primal urge again. Difficulty this time is 6.
Oh, cool. I actually got 3.
Nice. All right. So you're standing inside the dirt and the mud, just trying to like, what do I do now? And you're watching the mud itself is kind of rippling, like something is still pouring upon it. So like the way you would like pour water and the water would like ripple out. That mud is rippling out like that. So it's continuing to move without anything actually going into it. The mud is starting to expand. It's imagine slime when you put like if you made slime before and you drop it on a table as a ball, it'll slowly go out, just like, so that's the mud appears to be doing that, just slowly thinning itself out into the pool. But it's not like, again, you're in a divot, so it's slowly going up the edges. So it's coming towards you. So it's like the mud's inching towards your feet, not just towards you, but in all directions, rippling outward.
Okay.
Do you let it touch your feet, go over your feet? Do you step out of the way? Like, what do you do?
I'm just going to stay put.
All right. So the mud, it like, you're barefoot or are you wearing shoes? I can't remember.
No, I'm wearing shoes.
Okay. So
I have clothes that come with me, unlike some people.
There you go. The mud hits your feet, and like when it hits your shoes, it like almost like a magnet, like it's like repulsed away from the shoe. So it hits your shoe, repulses away, and then goes around. So where you're standing is still dry, and the mud goes around you. So where you're standing there, that mud is going out still, but the spot you're in is dry still.
Okay.
It's all still rippling, it's all still moving, and it's slowly going to the edge, but it's not growing in thickness, it's just spreading out. It's becoming more and more thin. Okay. You roll your stamina. Just stamina and want your physical nature. I know this is weird, but stamina and alertness.
Okay.
Difficulty is 6.
Well, no ones. 2.
2 successes?
Yes.
All right. You are the opposite of cottonmouth right now. Like, a cottonmouth, there's no saliva in your mouth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've had it recently.
So you have the opposite of that. Your mouth, it was almost like if you're a meat eater, like a juicy steak is nearby, like, I mean, for you, it'd be like, a really nice piece of broccoli. I don't know. It's like but
pork is okay.
Oh, okay. So yes, like you smell roasting ham. Like that's your salivary glands are going overkill right now. So
Sounds
like
good.
Your mouth is filling with saliva right now.
Okay.
So you got to do something with that saliva.
I'm sorry. Do what? I have to do something with. Okay, so I'm salivating so much that it's filling my mouth. Gross. Spit.
You spit? And where do you spit? Like just to your right, to your left, like in front of you, or
just on the ground?
Without thought, just spitting on the ground.
Yep.
All right. You spit on the ground, and when you spit on the ground, where the spit hits the ground, like the mud goes to that and actually does an inverse like ripple, like you see a drip go up. almost like a little tiny fountain. So when you spit there, like it just is going to town on that spot.
That is disgusting.
And your saliva continues. It's like, so you either have
Very
to spit
well.
or swallow
So
again.
spit some more.
Okay. Same thing happens again. You spit on the ground and the ground overreacts and is reacting to it. The mud where it was pulling away from you is now coming back towards you now. So like it's coming towards you with intent. Before it was just rippling out the way water goes wherever, but now it's as if like an animal that got scent of something. It's like, huh, what's over there? So now the mud has turned and is coming towards you.
Okay. I've summoned a mud spirit. Where I'm more Weaver Tech savvy, I'd probably say I'm in an episode of Scooby-Doo. I am not spiritual, not like this, so I spit some more. Clearly this means something.
The mud where it was avoiding your boots before, it kind of like does like a bubble or an arc, so it's actually trying to get over your shoes. So where that break between shoe and clothing is, it's trying to sense like there's skin here somewhere. So it'll splash onto your boot and just quickly run off like a pair of shoes that's totally oil proof or waterproof. But when it hits like the cloth portion of your socks, it absorbs into your socks. So like you can feel the mud going into your socks and like down around your feet and in between your toes and everything. You can feel it.
Yeah, this is gross. So I'm going to take a couple steps to either side. Doesn't really matter where. Just get out of its way.
And it's coming around you. Now, you had just done a full battle. You've rested, but you didn't like take boots off and socks off. So like your socks are still soaked with the sweat of the battle and from walking around and everything. So your socks still have moisture and sweat inside them. So the mud is within your socks and it's around your feet, and you feel it going around your feet, just being weird inside your feet, around your feet.
Okay. I still maintain this is gross and there's not a whole lot I can do.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have the Nuisha around to club upside the head and tell them to explain it to me, and I don't have any of my elders here.
What is going on now? You feel it now coming up your calves. It's underneath your clothing. It's on your skin, coming up your calf.
Okay. And, yeah. Am I detecting any worm presence?
Nope.
Okay. And it's probably trying to communicate in a very inappropriate manner.
That's one way to have a spa day.
Yeah. Exfoliate. It's the spa day version of a TARDIS. Or not, a TARDIS, but the stupid aliens from Doctor Who. Instead of exterminate, exfoliate.
Exfoliate. So it's on your calf. It's going up. It's like it's up to you can feel it around your knees, the back of your knee. You actually say that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay, so because that's the first time you've spoke since you've said spirits. So,
yeah.
So you say stop that. When you say stop that, it like you feel the ripples go down your leg as if like a banging gong has made sound waves go out. So you just saying stop that. It came out a lot louder than you thought it would. It was like a booming voice. So when you say stop that, it's like stop that, and it's like and so the mud that's on your around your from your knees down, you feel it ripple down, kind of like drips off your legs.
Yeah, that's not where I want a dripping feeling coming from. Again, I maintain that's very gross.
Okay. So it's not moving right now.
I'm
but
gonna take a side step off to the side.
It still follows with you. You've got
okay.
It's still, but you can feel it. It's not past your knees, but it's around the calves still, and you feel it like rolling kind of thing, almost massaging, but more just like just rolling around your legs and around your feet.
Ew. So I'm at a loss. He told me to pour water, and that's all I did, and now I've got mud following me. I'm going to do something a little risky, and I'm going to stick my head out of the Umbra into the cairn.
Okay.
So hopefully I'm able to pull that off.
Go ahead and roll it. Difficulty 7 because you're trying to do partial body and not the whole body.
Right. Oh, thank God. You said 7?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't get to re-roll that. So I have 1. I rolled a 10.
Okay. So you're able to do it, and it's William, when you come through, he looks not scared but shocked because he just sees the antlers, and I mean not your antlers, but your horns and your head coming through.
Oh, I'm not in my primary form.
Well, when you go into the Umbra, that's part of that pulls out. So that's something that you didn't mean to do, but that's what happened to you there.
Okay.
So now that you're there, you're coming through a horn first, and now you're like, I didn't mean to do this. So now he sees the horns coming out. And he's looking at you like, are you all right?
So I'm going to shift to my human form with my head sticking out.
Okay.
So I can speak.
Okay.
I have mud following me. You did not accommodate for this in your little spiritual pep talk.
Mud is following you. Has it I don't know. Is it on your body?
I told it to get off my body.
And did it stop?
That's why it's following me.
All right. Is anything bound to you?
Yes. My clothing and my weapon.
Your weapon would probably be all right because it's of Gaia, even though fashioned simply, but maybe remove clothing. I don't travel in the Umbra with clothing.
So it would be very difficult to wear boots if I was in my Minotaur form because they're not going to fit. They're cloven hooves. So that's why I wasn't clear on that particular case, because I would have had to have been in my human form to have the clothing on. It's actually bound to me, so it would vanish when I change, as opposed to just rip off, all right, Hulk-like.
Let's back that up then. You didn't go into Minotaur form because that's not going to work. So you have to still be in human form for that to do. I'm sorry. I thought. No,
that's okay.
Okay, so he says maybe take your clothing off.
You wish me to stand naked with mud following me?
If it's not climbing on you anymore, or maybe it needs to be one with you. I don't know. I know water spirit. I don't know this mud spirit unless it's.
Do you have the capability of speaking to spirits?
No. When Sean gets here, Sean does.
So, Sean has the capability of speaking to spirits, and you wanted me to go well ahead of him.
This is very disturbing, having your upper torso in this reality and the rest of your body in the other reality.
Would you
You
like to
may
speak to
have-
the mud and explain that to them?
No, I'm just thinking this is not natural.
Oh, this is very
You may-
natural.
Well, no,
Perhaps
you
not
may
for
be
you.
calling you could call other spirits here because you're supposed to transfer one way or the other through the veil and not be stuck the way you are. Even though it's intentional, it may appear as if you're stuck and call Bane spirits to attack a weaker creature, thinking that something is stuck. I would recommend going back and taking off your clothing. Yes, I would recommend that.
As opposed to waiting for the individual who can speak to spirits, you want me to stand naked amongst mud.
I
Of
finished what you
course, this
started.
is exactly what I expected from this world. Be right back.
All right, so you're
So
back in the umbrella.
I'll just recall the clothing back to its binding, so I'm just standing there naked.
So you're a naked man, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not a minotaur. You're a man. Okay,
Now,
so
I am man, but I am a minotaur, and we are known for breeding, so I am hung.
oh, there you go.
I don't know. I got to get something out of this.
All right. So now you're standing on the earth, barefoot. So now that your skin is touching the ground and the mud is upon you, the mud it starts to spiral around you. It starts to it's not climbing any higher than your calves anymore, but it seems to be growing in volume as it splashes against you and goes back to the dirt. It's getting thicker, and you've got the whole moisture thing in your mouth going on again.
I'm back to spitting.
Okay. You spit, and whenever you spit, it actually it absorbs it, and where it goes, it seems a little more liquid at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It does this for a good 10 minutes of you spitting on the ground and going on and growing in volume around you. It gets to a point where you are now standing calf deep in a big pile of mud at this point. That's just
Okay.
actively moving around you. But the mud, it's significantly thinner than it should be. It's not like a thick mud. With the amount of water you poured in the spit, it shouldn't be this thin. There's more liquid to it than there should be at this point.
Okay.
It's weird. It is gross, but it's weird around you, but it's also interesting to see how this is going. The forest around you, that the trees are moving without wind. You'll notice that even the rocks will fall, or like they're not rolling around, but they do appear to be like moving around as well. And then at one point, about 5 feet in front of you, an actual hole appears, and it has like this like a sucking sound as it's almost like a straw being sucking water up. It has
Okay.
that sound. So it appears in front of you about 5 feet away. It's a small hole. It's only about an inch large, but it gets to be about 2 feet large, and it appears almost to be a mouth. No tongue, no teeth, but there's a mouth in the ground, and it just says, it says to you, you don't know what it says to you because you don't speak this. So it says
No,
to
I
you,
don't.
but it's a word. You know, it's an intelligent word. It's not just a noise. So it's saying something to you. And then so you're like, okay. It continues to ripple around you. The mud behind you parts. So imagine the Red Sea parting to allow Moses to come through the water to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
The mud behind you parts, and it's so it's parting away from the pool. So like it appears it's letting you out of the pool or directing you out of the pool at this point.
Okay, so I'll step in that direction. I'm not going to step anywhere near a mouth, though.
Yeah, no, that's the opposite direction.
Okay.
So now, when you get out of the pool, and you step, like, how far up? Do you go all the way out of the pool, or you just take a few steps back?
No, I get all the way out.
Okay, so you're all the way out. You're kind of like the edge of the pool, and once you're out, it just starts spiraling around, and again, there's no wormtail to it. It's just almost like a vortex. The way it's actually like just spinning around,
Mm-hmm.
and it starts to slowly fill the pool up. It's at first it's mud, then it becomes like a thick, dark liquid.
Mm-hmm.
When it gets to the top and it's kind of splashing, it's almost like just dirty water as it's splashing around inside there. After a good 15 minutes of this happening, do you stay this whole time just watching to see what's going on?
Now, I haven't received any instruction on what to do past stand barefoot in the mud and let it do its thing.
Okay.
So I'm just going to stand here and wait for some sort of conclusion.
So
Hopefully.
it's very active, very like it's waving around, like there's like it's almost boiling, but but not boiling water, but more like
Bubbling.
very agitated water.
Yeah,
It's just
okay.
very agitated, just dirty water, and it's going around. And when I say dirty water, I mean dirty water, not anything else. It's just It's not gross dirty water. It's just dirty water. And then after a while, it starts to slow down, and then the water becomes like mirror still. It's just completely still at this point.
Okay.
And then you will occasionally see what might be fish, but aren't fish. Like it's like about the size of fish, but it's like
a spiritual representation of fish.
Right, but it's just water splashing around inside there.
Sure. Okay.
You roll intelligence and primal urge.
Alrighty, what we got? Intelligence and... Okay, not bad. Not great, but not bad. Difficulty?
6.
Okay, so there's a 1. 2.
You have a feeling that you're going to stand here for like another 15 minutes and nothing else is happening now.
Okay, then I'm just going to look back into my axe and cross right back on over.
All right. You get back on this side of the veil.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't appear as if anything's happened. It looks that from where you're standing at the edge, the indentation looks exactly the same. William's looking at you and he says, "What happened?"
There's a pool of water.
There's nothing here yet. Roll your perception alertness while you're looking at the ground there.
Sure. Same dice pool. Difficulty?
It is 7.
All right. I got 1. I got a 10. I got a bunch of 6s.
Where the mouth was on the other side, there is a quartz rock that's about 2 feet wide on the ground, and it's there's just a quartz rock right there. It's very white. It's very clear.
Okay.
And it wasn't there before.
I'm gonna point that out to him.
And he's like, I did not notice that. It's so he walks over to it. He's trying to pick it up. He can't pick it up. It's like, you would think it's almost like an iceberg. Like this is the tip, and it's probably a lot bigger underneath. So he can't move this thing.
Do you think that was meant to be moved?
I would think if it's not meant to be moved, maybe it's meant to be broken.
So how would you determine if we should go around breaking something in the midst of a cairn? Or would you prefer to wait till Sean gets here?
That's probably the better advice there. If the water is pooling on the other side, then the quartz rock has appeared here. I don't know what the connection is. I would think to break it, but you may be right that maybe we're not supposed to break things within the cairn. I will continue to clear the cairn and clean the cairn. Sean should be here soon.
Very well.
So he's busying himself around the cairn. What are you going to do?
I'm literally have nothing better to do. I'm just going to sit on the cairn stone with my axe up against my side in the nude.
About 10-15 minutes later, he's going to turn back to you and says, you could put your clothes back on this side.
Oh, no. No. This is natural.
This is true. All right. Another 15 minutes or so goes by. You smell something. You smell something burning, but not like a fire. So that's approaching. But something's burning.
So if that's what I smell approaching, I'm just going to yell, "Boy!"
Yeah.
William wishes to speak to you about water, mud, and a quartz.
I'm coming. Hold on. Hold on. I'll be right there. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm coming. All right. Hey, how you guys doing? It looks pretty good in here. You're doing a lot of work, William. Catamaris, what are you? His eyes are big. He's like, Catamaris, what are you doing, man? You're naked.
I played with mud.
Man? And it was that kind of party, huh? You want me to come back later?
Oh no, not after this.
Okay. So, can you cover up maybe?
Do you have a problem with being natural as well?
No, sorry, go ahead. What happened? What's going on?
I was told to cross over and pour water into the pool. I did so. I was accosted by mud.
Hold on, man. He takes his little knapsack out. He's fishing around inside of his knapsack. He pulls out this little compact mirror. He opens it up and he's like, I'll be right back.
That's
and he
cute.
pops and he disappears.
He carries a compact mirror. Figures.
He's gone for, maybe 10, 15 minutes. He's just gone. He was there and now he's gone. The only thing that's left behind is his footprints and the odor that he was here. About 15 minutes go by and he comes back out again. He's like, that's awesome, man. You let it bond with you and stuff. Water spirit.
I would not know.
We had water spirits very, very pleased with you, man. So
excellent.
So yeah. Did you break the rock yet?
No. I was informed that you were the closest thing to a spiritualist we had, and I declined to break anything in the cairn.
Oh, all right. So there should be some kind of crystal within the
as soon as he says that, I just pull my axe out and just break the fucking thing in two.
All right, so you hit it, and right where you hit it, water just starts to flow from that spot.
Okay.
And he's like, see, that's all you gotta do, man.
Of course, because science.
It has nothing to do with science, man. This is all spiritual. It's all Gaia.
This is sarcasm.
All right. So, yeah, you're naked and shit. I want to go take a bath. To go get one with nature, like you're saying, and we'll just wait for the pool to fill, and then when the pool's full, I can take my walk, and I can go meet the others.
You're going to take another walk. Do you participate in the upkeep of this cairn at all?
No, man. I'm gonna walk in the Umbra. I'm gonna slip in.
I see.
Go to the Umbra, to the near Umbra, and then I gotta go, man, and then I'll go see them. Like they're on the West Coast, dude. It's a journey, but I can get there pretty quick because he's gonna rent it because the pool, and then I can do all. I might as well be talking babble here, so you don't get it. It's all right. I'm gonna swim.
Oh no, I get it. Again, this is the part where you don't have to over elaborate.
All right. I'm gonna go one with Gaia and Phil and just pool and swim. You gotta decide. Billy's got to stay here. Okay. You got to decide. Are you gonna stay with William, or are you gonna come with me to go meet the others? All right. So I'll leave that on your shoulders while I go swimming. All right.
Very well.
Okay. So Sean walks off, and he's just kind of like, he's sitting in the pool, just kind of splashing himself with water, just kind of hanging out in the pool at that point. All right, so let's leave you there.
Oh, if he's going to do that, then so am I.
Did he get in the pool? All right, there you go.
Of course I am. Unlike him, I actually worked out.
There we go.
I was in a combat. So now he gets to be uncomfortable with me skinny dipping.
Oh, he's cool with you skinny dipping. He's like,
oh, not standing there naked, but skinny dipping he's okay with.
Yeah. You're covered. So or at least partially. Okay. Let's go to Montana and Yeva. So you guys are in the car. And Francis and Luciano are driving with you at this point. The last thing they say to you is that we need to go to another location. And Luciano's like, yeah, we got to go see the Chinese guy.
And keep your foot off that blasted summer
he's supposed to help us with, I'm sorry, it's not Sean. Sorry. So Luciano's like, so we got to go see the Chinese guy. The trip's not long, okay? It's maybe an hour. We got to go, funny enough, we got to go to Chinatown. So we got to go see the Chinese guy in Chinatown. And he's chuckling to himself, his own little joke. It's too good, huh, boss? You're going to see the Chinese guy in Chinatown. And then Francis next to him is like, Apafungu. It's like, all right, sorry, boss. All right, I'm okay. I'll drive, So he's driving along now. He's pretty quiet. So
this Chinese man, he's one of us? He's our kind?
He's kin.
Okay.
So he says, yeah, but you've been there before, he said. And you have been there. In Chinatown, you've been to Chinatown tracking down leads. So, but you've been throughout all of Chinatown. So when he says you've been there,
I've been through a lot of this city.
he's like, yeah, but he said you've been to his dojo, like you've been inside of his dojo before.
Would I have noticed that there were kin folk there?
No, but when you went, you know what a foo dog is?
I think so.
It's like the body of a lion, the head of like a dog, basically.
Yeah.
It's a Chinese guardian thing. So, but when you went to this dojo, there was a foo dog, a stone gargoyle statue of foo dogs on both sides of the entranceway when you walked up. When you walked up, both of those foo dogs were supernatural. They were not of this world. So when you walked into the dojo, you knew just walking in there was something different about this dojo. And the dojo itself is it's a family-run dojo. There's a lot of Chinese coming in and out, and it's not. The public would not. Well, the public in that town would go to it, but not like other people would not be coming here. And it's very, very traditional. So when you walked in, you probably knew just from your research, like take shoes off when you're walking in. There were sandals on the side. You slip your sandals on, and so you knew to follow all that. So you were here before, following a lead here, but other than the place being very supernatural, you really didn't get any other reads off of the place.
Okay.
So when he's talking about a dojo, that's the place you're thinking of.
All right. I don't say anything, but I'm putting the pieces together in my brain.
Okay. So Montana, you see Yerba like she's thinking, like it's clear that she's not just like chilling in the back seat. She's either remembering something or thinking about something. Because you have nothing else to do other than to look around, and you're like looking at Yeva going, what's she doing?
At this point, am I kind of done being in shock?
Oh yeah. You've been driving for about 15 minutes when this conversation comes up, and so it's something new than just the drive. So you're very focused on the conversation and both of them talking.
And Yeva is right next to me, correct?
Yeah, you guys are both in the back seat.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna not discreetly, but I'm just gonna go ahead and slide my hand over and squeeze her knee. And so, is there something on your mind?
Oh, I think I know the place that they're taking us. I'm just wondering what else I didn't realize before.
Oh,
I guess
there
when we get there.
is there anything I should know?
Just follow our lead. You know, observe conventions. Be polite.
Understood.
I need to send you a private message, Montana. Hold on. I need to go to Facebook. Where is Missy? Sorry. There she is. Okay.
Here I am. No.
Sorry.
You're fine.
All right. So I sent you a private message there. So you guys are traveling along. Luciano just says, ladies, it's going to be about an hour. So, because we got to go back into Chinatown and drive through. When we get to the edge of Chinatown where we're going, we got to do some walking. So it's not a lot of walking, but, we're going to park the car and then we're going to walk deeper in to Chinatown. So you ladies have seen a lot tonight. You might want to take a little nap. I mean, if you can trust us while we're driving and everything, or you can look over each other. One takes a nap and the other keeps your eyes open and all that. So that's my 2 cents worth. Unless you want to watch what's going on. But the Chinese guy is saying that when I talk to him, that lots of stuff is going to happen when we get there.
How long has he known that this was the plan? Has he been waiting for us for a long time?
The Chinese guy? I don't know. He seemed to think that you were supposed to be going there the whole time. I don't know. He has a whole other agenda that I don't know what's going on about. Like, he knew you were in town, and he was surprised you weren't on the way already.
Don't usually like to be the last to know about a plan like this.
I gotta tell you, he's talking about some stuff I don't get though. Like he's talking about cats and birds and bats and rats and bulls and I don't even know, like peacocks, I think he said, and flamingos and cheetahs and I don't even know what not. He's babbling on the phone about all kinds of different crazy animals, and so I don't even know what he's talking about. You know, he says that's all he said to me though. But I gotta focus on the road because I don't want to like lose the way as we're going.
Yeah, all right.
And Francis in the front seat, he appears to be sleeping, but he just by his eyes, you know he's not sleeping, but he's making that off.
Well, I would prefer to not sleep, so I'm gonna just kind of watch while we're driving.
Yeah, I think at this point I'm probably a little too wired or jarred to fall asleep. So I'm just gonna look around.
Okay. All right. So you guys are driving. It's you're back in the city, all kinds of lights. You get towards the edge. It's Chinatown in Los Angeles. And there's definitely a point where you're not supposed to drive. So like he pulls up and he drives around a little bit looking for a parking space and he finds a spot and he pulls out. He's like, all right, boss, we're here. And Francis sits up, straightens himself up. He's like, all right, let us depart the vehicle. We can Luciano, take the keys with you in case we are coming back this way. We don't need to abandon the vehicle this evening, I don't think. He's like, you got it, boss. Here, let me let you out, and I'll let the ladies out as well. So he gets out, opens up Francis's door, comes in the back, opens up Montana's door next because Montana was behind Francis, flips around the other side, and opens up Yeva's door as well. He's like, we're here. Let's get ready for some walking.
Exactly how far is this walk again?
Maybe it's about, I mean, we're talking about maybe 3/4 of a mile, but we got to go through people, it's about 7 o'clock at night right now. And you're on the tourist end of China, Los Angeles, Chinatown. So there's a lot of tourists here and everything. It's not packed like a concert. Imagine more packed like a busy night at Comic-Con.
Okay.
Ooh, wow. That's busy.
Yep. And you got all kinds of, ethnicities. This is, probably half to a quarter Asian in this crowd, but it's a lot of tourists around, walking around the area.
All right. I'm gonna do a little cat stretch and start walking.
I'm gonna grab one of the boys by the shoulder and open my bag and take out my rolled up slippers and switch out my shoes before we start walking.
All right. So you probably, I'll say you grab Francis. So Francis looks at you and he's like, he actually holds your elbow when you grab his shoulder. So he's like helping balance you at that point. He's like, Lucy, hold up. The lady's changing here.
Oh, such a gentleman. Thank you.
Absolutely. So we once we get closer, there's supposed to be well, first off, Lucy, stop calling him the Chinaman. That's not going to go well here, okay? There is the Asian fellow that we are supposed to be encountering is supposed to be looking for us as we come along. So as we approach closer to their dojo, we will we'll see him. I don't know this gentleman that's meeting us. But he said that he'll know who we are as we approach.
Is there any reason we need to have pause to go in here? Am I in any kind of danger?
Misty, we're always in danger, but this is not like some kind of worm tainted shithole. No, it's not like that. It's we're just when the pickety pockets walk by, that we just got to keep our eyes open. I don't suspect there's anything that's going to be happening, but the reason I get to live as long as I do is because I always expect something's going to happen. So do I think something's going to happen? Probably not, but always keep your eyes open, at least one eye open always.
Fair enough.
So you ever hears this whole conversation going on and you're like, that's good advice. That's just always, so you have no idea where you're going. And Luciano's like, so are we ready? Let's stay. So boss, I'll lead. You want to have the ladies on both sides of you as we go, or how do you want to work this? And he's like, we'll just take it natural. We'll be fine, Luciano. Just take point. I got the rear guard. So you guys just start walking along. Luciano, as you guys are walking, he appears to be shopping. Like he'll walk, he'll go up to a window and look in the window like, huh, and then he'll turn and walk on. Both of you guys roll intelligence and alertness. Okay.
Rolling now. I have one.
All right, you both got it. So both of you guys realize he's it's a simple tactic so that nobody's gonna look at you and know exactly where you're going. So like the way he keeps stopping and looking around, yeah, he just looks like a casual tourist. That's all, but he looks like a mafia guy as a casual tourist, but he does look like a casual tourist as he's walking along. It's clear to you you're supposed to follow. Every now and then, like he'll stop, and then Luciano, like Francis, with the two of you, they'll talk in Italian for a little bit. And then, like, occasionally Francis will point something out in the window to one of you ladies and just says, it's like, so, Yeva, have you eaten at this place before?
Oh, yeah, this one's all right.
It's like, yeah, there's lots of people inside there. I think maybe when we come back this way, we might get a bite. So I like it.
It's good when the locals eat there.
Yeah, there's a few locals in. That's what I was thinking. Luciano said there might be a place up there a little bit.
Well, let's see which one is less busy.
All right. So you're back on walking down the road at this point. Both of you guys do perception and alertness. Difficulty is 8. Okay.
I've got nothing.
All right. You both got nothing.
P.S. By the way, I have merits such that sight and hearing for me are difficulty -2.
Oh, so that would be difficulty 6 on that roll for you then.
Well, then I got 1.
You got 1. All right. There is a 12 or 13-year-old boy standing really close to Montana. It's an Asian little kid. He's standing extremely close to Montana. That's all you notice.
Am I close enough to her to touch her?
How
close am I to her?
You guys are probably side by side at this point, yeah.
I'm gonna put my hand right on the top of his head.
So when you go to do that, he's gone. He hauls ass away.
Did I tell him where he went?
Look,
Can I see
your
where?
perception, if you're looking for him, perception alertness difficulty 6 for you. Montana, you just saw her reach out to some kid and the kid took off. That's all you saw.
It is everything okay?
You have 4 successes?
Wait, I got a 1 also. Okay, 3.
Okay. So the boy, he ran like 2 stores down, and it didn't look like there was a break between the buildings, but he dove between buildings where there's like there's an alley there you can clearly see now, but that alley is probably about 4 feet wide.
Well,
So he dove into the crack, or he dove into the alleyway, which was 4 feet wide.
He dove in the alleyway. So like when you
okay.
walk past it, it didn't look like an alleyway because it's only 4 feet wide. You just walk past it. But now that you saw this kid dive in there, it's like, I guess there is a space between the buildings.
well, he's a
Rachel!
very experienced pickpocket, apparently.
Do you say that?
Yes, quietly.
Montana, you hear him.
I'm gonna check my bag and everything, and just like check everything, and be like,
check your pockets.
and am I missing anything?
What would have been in your pockets?
What would have been in my pockets? I would have been holding my shoes. I didn't have any pockets. I would have just had my bag.
Okay, so your shoes are in your hand, your pockets. So like
probably my phone. If you're just talking about like general things I would be carrying with me, definitely my phone. Maybe like a little black book.
All right, your pocket bag is open, and your phone is halfway out of your bag when you go to check it. It looks like when you open it up, it looks like it's about to fall out of your bag, and that's not how you put it in there.
I'm gonna see it, and that little shit. Where did he go? Can we take a detour?
Francis is like, did he take anything?
I don't think so, but he touched me, and that's enough.
All right. We could try to track him down. We got the guys are supposed to be meeting us here.
Did he look like a homeless kid, or did he look like less homeless? Like, did he look like a street urchin?
He definitely looked like a street urchin, but he doesn't look like a typical homeless kid. But he definitely looks like he's living on the streets.
You know, this sort of thing happens all the time in the tourist areas. Just keep your bag close. And you sure you didn't take anything?
I don't think so.
So you rummage through your purse.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and look through everything and check for my debit card, my ID, and all that.
No, everything else it's all still there.
Okay. I mean, maybe you're right. Let's just go if these guys are waiting on us.
He's like, so pocketbook goes in front of the body, okay? Not on the side like a normal person would. In this area, it goes in the front of the body. So like I carry my wallet in my front pocket, it's just the way it is,
Yeah, I'm just not really used to this type of area, so I can do that.
I know
okay.
that urban jungle. It's wild out here.
It is what it is. Okay, so let's walk. Let's go. He whistles. Like Luciano is actually like probably about 400 feet away from you. He kept on walking around, and so Francis whistles, and Luciano turns around like totally shocked, like, oh shit, I'm by myself, and he kind of half jogs back up to you. He's like, what's going on? and he's got his hand under his jacket, like obviously going for his piece.
Oh, we just dispelled a pickpocket. It's fine.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did he get anything?
No,
No.
fortunately not.
All right. I'll keep my eyes open. I'm sorry, those little shits. I'll keep my eyes open. Yeah, I'll break his fingers. I see who he is. What do you look like? I'll watch out for him.
He was a kid, probably 12.
12-year-old kid. Oh yeah, he'll stand out like a sore thumb, right? Yeah, no. Are you gonna tell me he's Asian on top of that?
Was he Asian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'll be able to find that kid. Yep, I'll look around for him.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Okay. So let's watch your stuff. Let's keep going this way, okay?
Okay.
So he's still doing that look around kind of thing, shopping at, like, looking at stores, but now he's more conscious of where the hell you guys are now. You probably walk for about a good 15 minutes, and normally 3/4 of a mile doesn't take 15 minutes, but because of the amount of people and the way you're walking, about 15 minutes, you get about 3/4 of the mile at this point, and there's people walking around all over the place. You come up to a point where there's this. He is wearing full on like Shaolin robes, and he's bald, and he's just standing there on the sidewalk like statue still, just waiting for you guys to approach him.
Is he looking right at us?
Oh yeah, he's looking right at you guys. He's looking at Luciano. He's looking at Luciano, and he looks over at Francis next, and then he looks at the two of you.
I'm going to lean over to Montana and say, I think that's our guy.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's the one we're after too. We're the one to see.
So you guys walk up to him. Luciano's talking to him already. He's like, so are you the guy I talked to on the phone? Was that you, or was that some other Asian guy? And he's like, you have spoken to the master. You did not speak to me on the telephone. I am simply here to greet you and to lead you to the dojo. So you guys walk up, you hear him saying all this as the two of them are talking.
I'm going to give him a shallow bow.
Give me charisma and performance. Difficulty is 6.
2.
2? Oh, so like you do a really well bow. So like he sees you bow and he bows back to you. He's like, oh, you are familiar with our ways. I'm Lim Dan. I have been sent to meet with you. I know the gentlemen are. This is Luciano, he said, and I understand that his friend is Francis. Where are we with? Who are you, ladies?
My name is Yeva.
Yeva, nice to meet you. And ma'am?
I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of nod my head. I'm Montana Divine, at your service.
Oh, Montana Divine, thank you. You will come with us. The master, or with me, the master has directed me to lead you back to the dojo. You are. Are your feet or okay? I see you are carrying shoes. Are you all right to travel?
I'm perfectly all fine to travel. Thank you.
Okay, so it is not much farther from here. And now at this point, it's this area, the crossover, the street here, you're looking at like, before it was close to 50% tourists, if not more. You've got maybe 10% tourists on this side of the road right over here. It's not as the architecture is not meant to draw tourists in. It's very very simple, but it is very traditional over here. So you definitely notice that it's more locals in this area as you're walking around. You guys are walking. Both of you guys roll perception alertness again.
Two.
Okay.
One.
There is a 10-year-old Asian child following you guys, probably about 15 to 20 feet back. He's trying to keep a distance, but he's 10. He's not doing a good job of it, but he's clearly following you guys.
Does this kid appear to be like the other child? Because Montana didn't get a great look at the other kid because she was kind of oblivious, but is he kind of like similar, kind of like street looking, like probably homeless? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And he's following us into the dojo?
No, you're not at the dojo yet. You're walking down the road.
Okay.
I'm gonna nudge one of the guys and like jerk my head to the kid.
Luciano's like, yeah, don't strain your neck. He's been following us for the past 15 minutes.
Huh. All right.
So he turns to Limdon and he's like, so what do we do with our tail that's back here? Limdon like stops and turns around. And he was very gentle when he was leading you guys. Just casually walking as you walk through, very smooth as you walk through. When he says, what do we do about our tail? He turns around and he stands like soldier straight. He is absolutely like straight, and hands go together like this, and he's just like, and he's looking dead on at the kid. And the kid puts his head down and approaches you guys at that point. So he's walking to you guys to get out of his way, like he's.
Yeah, I'm gonna just watch. This is very curious.
Yeah, I'm not gonna move out of his way, but I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of stand there, and I'm gonna kick my hip out a little bit and just kind of keep my hand on my hip, see how this plays out.
So little boy, he's walking straight at you. He sees that you're not moving, so he kind of walks around sheepishly around you, and he goes straight up in front of Limdon, and he does like a whole, like full half bow in front of Limdon and just starts to speak Chinese in front of him, to him. Limdon says, do not be rude. We have guests. And he's like, I am sorry, Sensei. I am sorry. He goes, so what have we learned with the art of observation? Sensei, there are many things to see and to learn. He's like, silence. You are not an egg roll. What have you learned? Some people are harder to follow and to observe without getting caught. Sensei? He's like, yes. So my friend Luciano has been watching you since we lost your other friend. He was not my friend, Sensei. I am not with the Lost Boys any longer. I am with the dojo. He's like, then, little one, why are you here within this part of the city? I am sorry, Sensei. Because you will return to the dojo and report to Master Lim and tell Master Lim that you must be chastised. His eyes are just huge. It just, because he's looking, when he's like faking, he turns and looks at you guys and he's like, it's almost like help, but he's like, yes, Sensei. And he's like, now depart, grasshopper. And he just like, he hauls ass away from you guys. And he's just the direction that you're traveling, and he runs that direction.
Very good.
I am sorry for the little one. He has a shadowed background. He envisions himself to be some type of ninja, which he is not. When we approach the dojo, you will see others when we get there. There will be training, and the master wants to meet you. And Yeva, he says that he wants to meet you again. So when we get there, you shall see what there is to see.
I'm glad to see that he has opportunities to put his feet on a different path.
Oh, the little grasshopper? Oh, yes. He
mentioned something about some lost boys. Is that just a local street gang of kids, or who are they?
Yes, that is exactly who they are. They are the lost ones that have been abandoned by either prostitutes or their parents have been arrested. The people here will bring them in and will take them on, but they want to live a wild life, and they have chosen that life. Occasionally, we are able to retrieve one and bring them back into the fold. But come with me. We must go to the dojo. There are others waiting for us there. So you guys are walking along. You pass by alleyways. You pass by buildings. You actually get to it's an old dojo. You've been here before. There are the two food dogs are outside. Chinese writing. There's no American writing anywhere. No English writing. It's all in Chinese around. There's flyers like that are put up, but it's not like, I mean, everything's in Chinese that's around. But it's very nice. There are no tourists anywhere around. And Lim Don starts walking up the steps to go in. When you both you guys roll perception alertness, difficulty is 9.
Nine for both of us?
Yeah. Actually, no. You are 7. You're 7. You're a 9.
I have 1.
Okay. Nice. All right. Montana, you could have swore you saw the food dog's head turn towards you for a moment. Yeva, you saw the eyes looking at you.
I didn't notice that last time I was here, did I?
No.
I'm just gonna look confused at the food dog. And did you see something that was? Is there something up with that?
Yeah, I think they're I don't know, magical or something. Something.
Lim Don says something in Chinese and he bows. And they both look just like stone. There's that's like you, like, even though you saw that one look at you, Yeva, you swear like I must have been mistaken. Like it's just stone now. So when you say it was magical, you're like, maybe I was wrong. I don't know. But it looks totally mundane.
There's supposed to be good luck or some kind of protection or something. I don't know.
Well, at least I know they're watching over me.
So you walk up to the steps. Lim Don points to his left, and he says, "Please remove your outer footwear and put sandals on."
I'm gonna follow instructions like I did last time.
And then you can Luciano's just cursing in Italian. He's just like taking his nice shoes off and everything. Francis, he says something, and somebody actually gets a chair and sits it out. So Francis sits down and he takes his shoes off, but he's sitting in the chair while he's doing it. Luciano the whole time is just like, oh, he's just cursing in Italian. Limdon says, you may remain outside if you wish. He's like, no, if my boss is going in, I'm going in too. He's like, this whole slipper thing, though, it's just, it doesn't match. And he looks at you, Montana. He's like, you know what I mean? Look.
Believe me, I understand.
They got the loafers on. This is like, I want like a cigar or something, or maybe a pipe. You know, it's like, anyway.
And those are some nice shoes.
Do we carry our shoes or do we leave them in cubbies or something?
There are cubbies right there.
Okay.
And you see there's other shoes there as well. So other people have left shoes behind. You start walking in. As you're approaching, you can hear sounds of people fighting. Like, it's you're so like from the distance that you're out, it's definitely you can hear like people getting like flipped. You can hear like wood weapon on wood weapon, like just fighting and everything. So you hear that as you're approaching. Yeva, you've seen this before. You've been in this dojo, so you know exactly what's going on. Montana, have you been around anything like this before?
I wouldn't have been, but I'm sure I would have seen something in like pop culture, the like
a
people,
Bruce Lee movie or
yeah. So I wouldn't be completely out of sorts.
So Francis is just like you. He's at ease. Luciano's got his hand at his gun. His hand's under his jacket. Limdon turns around at one point and says, "That is not necessary. They are sparring. It is practice combat. Come. We have visitors that are here as well that you are to meet, but they are sparring as well." So you guys get inside a room, and I'm gonna pause with you, and I'm gonna get to our Kagami and Kira here. No, not Kira. Sorry, Kagami and Jen. My handwriting.
I was trying to unmute and I hit the wrong thing. Yes.
Okay,
Jen.
so
Jen Chi.
Kagami and Jen. So last we left you ladies off, you were in your rooms, and you had just passed by the sparring. Kagami wanted to call mom real quick and get her an update what's going on, that she might be gone for a while. And
she's just gonna tell the truth at that point. She's like, Mom, it started with a convention, but I kind of got a job.
And Jen, you heard the sparring and you definitely wanted to take place in the sparring. So I'm going to go, Kagami, let's go with that. Let's go with you. You called mom, and mom's on the phone, and she's like, yes, Amita, how are you?
I'm honestly doing great, Mom. Like, the convention was awesome, but
good.
I wanted to call you and let you know that I'm probably going to be gone a bit longer.
Okay, how much longer is a bit longer?
That's undetermined. I kind of got a job out here, and
you're working in America?
Yeah, I'm gonna be out here for a while on a work visa.
Are you doing something with your cartoons?
No, actually, it's hold on, out of character. Like, she knows I'm doing this whole old school cross fingers LARPing. Does she know that? I mean, obviously, we're Korax. Like, that's a family thing, right?
Yeah, your Korax came from with your dad or your mom? I can't remember. I think your dad, right?
I thought it was my dad's side.
Okay, so she knows about Korax, but she's not fully familiar with the entire culture. But she knows your Korax, he's a Korax, and that you're going to do weird stuff. That's pretty much all she really knows.
Yeah. So, like, like our, dad clan and all that. So I actually got recruited to help out in a new Karen out here in the States.
Karen, that's the where the Korax come together, like a
court.
Oh, father was part of court. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're establishing a new one out here, and I was asked to come along because we're good at that.
So no offense, little one, but why you?
Because I'm young and just our family has a good history, I'm guessing. Kind of still don't know 100% why. Maybe it's to prove myself.
Okay. Does father know?
You know what? I don't know. I would assume that word would have gotten to him by now, but I haven't
He
talked to him yet.
he has been on one of his outings for a week. I have not spoken to him since he left. It has something to do with court, he said. So
Okay.
maybe he
Maybe it's
knows.
related.
So when he returns, I will let him know. So will you call me? Will I call you? How will I get a hold of
Um,
you?
you'll have a someone, and I'll give her his name, like who you can contact to get a hold of me if necessary. But I'll have ways to be able to kind of do the same and get a hold of you. I won't have my phone with me, and Mom, it's gonna kill me.
You're
I
not
already know this.
you are not going to have a phone? Oh,
No.
I couldn't get the phone from you. And how are they going to how is this going to work, little one?
I don't know, but I'm guessing it's like quitting smoking. It's an addiction. Just kind of let it go.
Well, I do not know the man that you speak of. Maybe father does. Um, is there someone there I can speak to, or will you just contact later, or
Um, I mean, you don't need to talk to anybody here. Is that what you're asking for?
you are still my daughter. I just want to make sure that you are taken care of.
Oh, yeah, Mom, don't worry. I'm good. If you really want to confirm it, the guy, and I don't remember his name, out of character. You can contact him and he'll verify everything, make sure I'm okay. That's how you'll be able to get a hold of me.
So that there's Tokugawa was the
Yes.
American contact that you had, and then Master Yang is the master here. So who are you telling her? Tokugama or
Um,
Master Yang?
I thought it was Tokugama. I don't know who was running the. I forgot. I honestly forgot. In out of character, I guess in character too.
No,
Then.
that's fine. So Master Jinto is the master of this dojo, and
Oh,
Tokugama was the
okay.
one that contacted you when to start all this off.
Okay. So who would I tell her then? I don't know who she. Like, how would I get a hold of her and she get a hold of me? I know we talked about it, but I can't remember who she would tell or who I would tell her.
Master Yang said that they could contact you through him.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's Master Yang who you can reach to get a hold of me or to, check in on me if you need to.
Okay, so I will let father know of this Master Yang. I do not know him. That does not sound like a Japanese name, Yang.
No, I don't believe it is.
Okay. So I will let him know that you are okay. And that you will. Is there a number? You will give me the number later, or is there
Yeah,
a text?
well, she's gonna give it to her now. I'm assuming they had given it to her, so she'll
Yeah,
relay it over.
yeah. You gave her
So
a
yeah,
number. It's the number of the dojo itself. So
yeah.
okay. So all right. So she has a number. She's like, okay, well, so if we need to contact you, we will contact you, but you will not have your phone, which father will find very, very hilarious. Um,
Pray for me,
so,
Mom.
uh, yes, I will. To the ancient ones, we will see that you were okay. And so I will have some incense for you, and you will be in my spirit.
Thank you. I love you, Mom.
I love you as well, little one.
All right.
All right. So to Jen, Zanshi, you are the last thing Kagami said, I just need to call my mom. And you were just going to go to your room. Were you just going to wait for her to finish up with her mom, or what would you do?
We had said that like I wanted to spar and she was
You
gonna
do,
watch.
yeah.
I think. So I'm gonna go and like get dressed for sparring.
Okay.
To be ready for that. I know they had been using real weapons, but I don't know what kind of sparring that they're gonna want to do. I'm probably not gonna want to just like whip out my Guandao. Like, I can't. I'm gonna decide now that I'm not gonna use that. Um, and I realize I won't be able to like get to it later because this is not all people that would be familiar with. That I just like pull it out from myself.
No.
Well, there it is. Yeah, no.
So you have to, yeah, you're absolutely right. You have to decide, are you bringing it with you or are you not going to bring it with you?
Should they choose that we are not using weapons, I don't want it away from me. I don't want to be like focused on the fight and have placed it elsewhere.
That works. So it's going to be,
I trust them, but also it's an unfamiliar place and I don't want anybody mad. So I'm going to decide to not use it. I'm going to leave it.
So it's bound to you, but it's not in your hand.
Correct.
And there's no other weapons around, but there are weapons in there for you to get. So
right, that's what I'm figuring is maybe I can use one of theirs if we decide to do that.
Okay, so it doesn't take you long to put your gi on and everything. It's probably about so you're ready to go. You've stretched out. You're ready to go. Do you want to go check on Kagami, or do you want to wait for her to come to you? Like, what are you thinking at this point?
I'm gonna go knock on her door and see like if she's ready so that we can walk down together. Because I don't think they said that they were gonna come get us.
No.
We're just supposed to like head back. So yeah, if I'm ready to go, I'll go knock and see how she's doing.
All right. So Kagami, you are saying I love you, and mom says I love you back, and right at that point, there's a knock on your door.
There's a knock on my door?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so she'll hang up and she'll go answer the door.
So it is Jen at the door.
Hey.
And she's wearing a karate gi. So she looks like she's right out of, some Karate Kid movie. She's ready to fight.
Oh my gosh, you look like you are ready to kick some butt. And I am here for it. So
I'm ready to go. Like,
let's go.
I've been away from home for a while now, and I usually am sparring every single day. So it's been really long. I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. Like, I'm not gonna like practice tonight, but I'll totally do it with you tomorrow.
So you guys know.
I'll help you learn.
Yeah.
So you know exactly where the dojo, where the battle portion of the dojo is at. You can hear it still happening. So.
Okay.
So you guys head that way?
Yeah, well, I'll head down there, but I'll wait until I'm, invited into, the space, so like basically I'll come up to the door, but I'm going to wait to be invited into the space.
Awesome. So you guys, so for you, Kagami, it's a little different. Like it's an open archway. It's obvious you can walk right in, but she stops right at the open archway. So you're like, you perceive that, so you stop with her. Like I guess that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So you both stop there. Fighting's going on. There's off to your right, they're using it's katana on katana. They're fighting with swords over here. You see some people using pole arms. They've got the same weapon that you use. You see some people using that Kwandao over there. You see a lot of people. There's probably a total like 15 people on the outside. Some of them have Boken wooden swords, and some of them have katanas, and then there are some others with pole arms. And then there are mats that people are sitting on. Well, they're kneeling on the mats, and then further back from there are chairs that some people are just observing and sitting. Everyone in here is very much a part of what's going on, but not everyone here is Asian. You've got a lot of Asians here, but they're all wearing the same gis. They all have the same logo on their chest. So they're all part of the same dojo clan that's here. So just standing on the outside doorway, you see all that standing here. Somebody does a really good strike against somebody else with a flat of a blade, and then the person like bows out to that person, and there's some like polite golf clapping, and then the sensei that's watching it happen turns to you two ladies in the archway and sees the two of you, and he stops and he does the fist and bows to both of you to let you know you're welcome to come in.
Okay, so
She'll
I'm
bow.
I probably
Mhm.
already have my footwear off if I like wore any slippers or anything down. Um, I bow before entering, and then go ahead and walk in. But I'm kind of looking to of like seeing is there a particular place that they want me to go.
So you would know to stand in, if you want to do combat, you want to stand in that center ring where all the other people are standing with weapons. You're going to want to let Kagami know that she either wants to kneel on the mat or sit on the chair in the outer circle as an obvious observer that's not part of the battle.
I mean, she wants to be as close as possible without being in the way and getting hit. So she'll probably be like on her knees where the mat is, and she will have her sketchbook out. She brought her sketchbook and everything.
Okay. So and that's that's allowed for her to take a sketchbook for her to do that. It's not like she's not pulling a camera out, so the sketchbook is allowed. So you point to her, she's right there on the mat. So you go down,
Yeah,
you're kneeling
yeah.
on the mat.
So I mean, I don't want to talk yet because I'm not sure, protocol. I don't want to interrupt anything.
Well, if
So I'm gonna like
you can
point,
point to her now.
I'll point to here or over there, like your
And then,
choice.
Kagami, she picks up on that and she goes and kneels on a mat right there. So
Follow her lead.
cool. So you go and kneel on the mat, and then at that point, Jen, you can stand in the outer circle and just wait for somebody. And so protocol for this is to stand in the outer circle until somebody points at you to say you're the next one up.
Yeah.
So you're standing in the outer circle, and they're good. I mean, they are. Their style is very similar to your style. It's not the same style, but you are seeing some moves that are different. Like the way there's a crane strike and there's a viper attack. So like there's the way in the hand-to-hand combat, there's different attacks. You're seeing similar things within the weaponry as well. So they have styles of weaponry, and you've been trained on all these styles. So you're recognizing that's a really good viper attack, and that is a fantastic crane attack. And oh my God, that person really screwed up their badger attack. So you can see what's going on, and you're making these observations about how well trained they are. Kagami, you're kneeling and you're watching and sketching, and for you, it's all fantastic. You don't see any, the only thing that's surprising to you is how is nobody getting cut? Like they're using bladed weapons, and somebody should have lost a head by now, but they're not. They're good. So you're like ting 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 ting, and you're like, well, holy crap, So,
Well, she learns by observing and watching, so she's also by sketching it. It's kind of imprinting on her memory, sort of. So she's still being that pupil, but her way of learning is kind of incorporating the sketching into it. So it helps her with observations and techniques and stuff. So part of a learning process for her.
Cool. So you're watching this and you're just impressed just with all of it. Just like the level of skill is crazy. Jen, for you've watched enough. So like there were 15 people ahead of you. You've watched 15 battles at this point. You're next to go up. You can either so there's 3 ways for you to go. You can go get a boken sword, do it so it's wooden sword to wooden sword. You can get a katana where it's metal blade against metal blade, or you can get the your weapon that they're using over on. So like there's 3 different arenas, your choice to go to which way you're going.
All right, I will go with what I'm most proficient in, which is my quantum.
Okay.
I know I don't have my own, but I didn't bring mine. But that is where I will go.
Okay. So let's pause there for a second. I'm going to go back to Yeva in Montana. You're walking into the dojo. You're on the edge, and Limdon stops. There's an archway, and it's the same battle scene I just described. You're just on the opposite side of this battle scene at this point. So you're on the opposite side. Limdon stops, and he holds his hand out to the side to basically let you all know you're supposed to stop as well. It's an obvious symbol to you to stop. So the four of you stop with him. He bows. What do you ladies do when he bows?
Bow also.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just following lead, and I'm going to go ahead and bow as well.
Francis bows as well. Does a really shitty job of it, but he bows. And when he gets back up, he hits Luciano to bow. And Luciano's just does a half-ass bow. Doesn't know what the hell he's doing. So you guys are all there. Limdon turns around quietly, puts his back to the dojo, and says to the four of you, you may either kneel upon the mats, or you may sit within the chair of the outer circle. That is to signify that you are an observer. I am assuming that you are not going to participate in the sparring.
I'm not really dressed for this type of an event, so maybe next time.
All right.
I'm happy to watch.
All right. So you may kneel on the outer here, or you may sit wherever you wish. And again, you see there's a lot of chairs. There's openings. There's there's elderly people, younger people here. There's no children here. Nobody under the age of 16 is here. The only thing that's odd about everything, you see one Asian girl kneeling, that's sketching. That's the only thing that's a little different. So you see everybody's combat and everything like that. You see the girl, she's sketching on the ground. That's the only thing odd that you see. So where would you guys go? To kneel or to sit in one of the outer chairs?
I'll take a chair. I can see more of the room that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not exactly dressed for kneeling on a mat, so I'm also going to go ahead and take a chair to observe.
Do you guys sit next to each other?
I'll sit next to her.
Yeah.
All right, and then Francis and Luciano sit on opposite sides. You guys like bookends. Francis is very curious about what's going on. He's looking around the room, really observing. Luciano looks really uncomfortable. He just keeps straightening himself up, sitting around like he's waiting for somebody to attack him. You can tell he's not used to this. The way he's standing, or the way he's sitting, point, it's like he's on the wrong end of the firing range. Like he just walked into where all the bullseyes are. He's just he just looks really uncomfortable over here with you guys. Francis is totally cool. Everybody roll perception and alertness. All four of you guys.
Also, can I say that when Kagami sees that Jen is about to walk up, to get ready to spar, she's gonna turn to a fresh page in her sketchbook and bust out her markers and write "Go Jen" on it.
Okay.
And she basically will do this when she's up. She's gonna be like, "Go Jen," sort of deal.
Okay.
But perception.
I haven't rolled in forever.
So perception's under mental. Yeah, so perception's under mental, and alertness is under talents. So perception is the top one under mental, and alertness is the top one under talents on the left side.
Okay, so I have 3 in perception and 4 in alertness.
So you have 4 in alertness and how many perception?
3.
So you roll 7 dice, and it's difficulty 6.
Wow.
Difficulty 6?
Yeah.
Do I get a lower difficulty too?
You have a difficulty of 4. Yeah, because it's you're observing at this point.
I have 1. I
I
rolled
got
2
4.
9s and a
Okay.
1. So I got 1.
7,
5.
7, 7, 8. So 4 of them.
Nice.
I got a 5. I got a 4. I got a 1. Montana, what do you got? You got a 1
got
over
a 1.
there. All right. So let's start with our 5 up in the corner up there. You notice there is one larger lady that I mean larger as in muscular build that stands out, and she is wearing a gi with a different logo on it. Everybody else has the same logo on their gi, and this one lady that's about to fight is her gi has a different logo on it, and everybody in the dojo is watching her right now. Like there were 3 fights going on. The other 2 fights have stopped to see what she's going to do. So everybody is watching her right now. So you totally see that. You would also see the girl sketching on the floor do exactly what Rachel said. She's like flipping the page over and she's like writing big letters and everything like that. So you see that as well. Jen, you notice the newcomers that just came in. The 2 girls, one's dressed really nice. Are you wearing like business casual? Or are you wearing like? Were you at a club? Were you be wearing like?
I'm dressed kind of in a not really nondescript, but kind of a vague, could work for any kind of situation sort of. So like kind of business casual, but also like nice enough to be at a club.
Okay, so it's a dress that's like slash you have pants rather than a dress kind of dress like so.
Yeah, let's say that I'm wearing slacks.
Okay, so you have nice slacks, but you're definitely so Jen, you see the 2 girls. One obviously just came out of a club, and the other one she could fit there. She could fit in at a club. And there's 2 guys with them, both wearing fedoras. They're like 5'6", and the other one's 5'4". They're shorter guys, definitely mafia kind of suits and everything like that. One looks like he fits in. The other one looks very uncomfortable. So you see the 4 of them and the wall over there sitting down. Kagami, you notice some more people came in. You don't notice in the detail that Jen just did, but you definitely noticed the 2 mafia guys behind you over here. Actually, not behind you, on the other side of where you're at. And then to Montana, you notice that people are acting differently right now. Like there were 3 combats going on, but the other 2 combats have stopped for some reason. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm gonna nudge Montana and kind of point to the tall girl and be like, "Hey, looks like she's from a different school."
Oh. Yeah. That must be a visitor, maybe kind of like us.
Maybe.
all
Looks
right.
like
So
everyone's wanting to see what she can do.
I'm super glad I did.
we are doing Dex melee here. Okay. So you come in, you do your traditional bow. You've got your pole arm here. And oh gosh, what is first we have to do wits alertness. Roll your wits and alertness. So wits is on the right, top right under mental, and alertness you already rolled.
All right, so it's
Sure,
7 of them
sure glad I
again.
didn't wear my fighting pants.
What's my
Difficulty 6.
difficulty 6?
Yep.
Okay. So I got 9. So I got 3, but you said ones I have to subtract 1?
Yes.
Okay, so 2.
There are 2 successes. Okay.
Yes.
So you were ready to do the first strike, but this guy's a little bit quicker than you are. So you can, when he's coming in, he's also using Dex melee. He's coming in for a strike. So to oppose it, you can either give me a dex brawl. A dex dodge to like jump out of the way, or you can use dex melee to block it with your weapon. If you step out of the way on the turn, you can come in for a strike.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's go dex melee so that way then I can return strike if I can get out of the way. I'll be
Okay.
right,
So dex melee.
dice again. Okay. All right. So I got what's the difficulty again?
It's going to be a standard 6 unless I tell you differently. So like right now
Okay.
it's just 6.
Okay. So I got 2 regular successes, but I got 2 10s, and I do have proficiency in melee, but I got 2 1s. So can I re-roll?
So you have 4 successes. What I want you to do is re-roll those 2 10s because you have 4 successes with the 2 1s that give you 2 successes, but you can re-roll the 10s to see if you get extra.
Okay. I got 1 more. I got an 8.
So you have 3 successes. All right. So
yes.
You're able to block his blow, no problem. And then give me a dex melee to attack as a counter strike.
Okay. So it was a success, but then with the 1, so nothing. Right?
So no successes.
Right. Because the 7 and the 1 cancel, right?
Yep, that's fine. So you go to strike and you just miss. All right. Okay. So do it again. Give me dex melee, and I'll get a dex melee to see if we get a second round here.
Got 4 this time.
4 successes. All right. I need you to roll.
Oh, actually, one of them is a 10 though. So do I get to roll 1 more?
Yeah, but you got it. You hit him.
More than.
So I need you to roll your strength, and on your character sheet, it should say the damage that your weapon does. Like strength +2 or strength +4.
I have strength. Well, I have 4 dots on strength, and it's able-bodied.
But on your weapon itself, I might be on your second page. You should have the weapon listed. Like for example, a clave is strength +2.
Not seeing that. I don't know. Or wait. I have to read what I'm saying. What I'm seeing. So difficulty, strength 5. I wrote something strength 5. Then I said equals 9. For damage.
What's your current strength?
My strength is 4.
Yeah. Okay. So
plus
your
5,
weapon
so 9.
Yeah. So your strength, your weapon does strength +5. So you do 5 + 4. So you're rolling 9 dice for damage.
Okay.
And that would normally instantly kill something if you got enough successes on that thing. But again, you're not trying to kill.
Okay. But it says, and so I use that difficulty with 7. Is that right?
No, your combat right now is just difficulty 6. Okay. You're not trying to do kill shots.
Okay, so 6 is so on. Okay, so I got 6 of them, but then I had a 1, but one of the ones that I got was a 10.
So we rolled that 10.
Oops.
So you have 6 minus 1, you have 5, but then.
Okay. And I rolled a 9 with my 10.
So you have 6 successes.
Yep.
So he soaks 3 of it, and that automatically drops him down to injured at this point. So you guys watching this battle, so the first strike was nothing. It was a block. Second move was a miss. And then she comes up with this power move that just hits this guy. If it was an actual combat, probably would have chopped off his arm. Like it's just this crazy move. I want you to roll strength dodge. I mean, sorry, dexterity dodge. He's coming in for a counter strike on that.
You had me cross out dodge. Does that go under athletics then?
Yes.
Okay. So strength is 4, athletics is 4, so 8 of them. So 4, but one of them is a 10, so still 4.
So 4 successes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So again, watching the combat, he gets hit. He's coming in for a counter strike, and she like almost makes like this gymnast side move, like it just completely deflects it. And so when you step sideways like that, Stacy, you've got a free strike with your pole arm at this point. Where are you going to hit him? His whole left
side. Could I tell from earlier where he's hurt?
Yeah, you hurt his right arm, but his whole left side is open because he's protecting that right arm right now.
Probably go towards the legs.
Okay.
Try to knock him down.
So do dex melee. And so because he's injured, he's using one less die.
I got 3 of them. 2 of them are 10s. So.
Jeez. Yeah, you hit him. We're good. Do your damage. So you're rolling 9 dice on damage. Kagami, this is better than any movie you've ever seen. It's like, you're like, damn.
Absolutely, and it's awesome. And so what she's doing, she's holding one part up, the sign, while trying to stretch at the same time. She's trying to multitask.
Right. So you see that. You're like, this girl on the floor is like holding a sign up that says go, and she's like sketching and like sign up at the same time.
All right. So 4 minus 1, so 3.
3 successes. All right. You hit his leg and you flip him on his back. So he lands on his back. He's not able to soak any of that damage. He just took 3 more damage. At this point, he'd be between crippled and mauled. If this was real combat, he would not be able to get out of this ring. So when he's on the ground, he says in Chinese, yield. You speak Chinese, right? Or you like?
Yes.
Yeah, he says in Chinese, he says yield.
Okay. Step back. I'm just holding the weapon. Step back. We're done. And I may even offer a hand, to see if he needs help getting up.
Okay. So you give him the hand. So he takes the hand. You help him up. He bows back to you. So now the next person in line would be the first person that was up there. So he walks up to you. He bows to you. This you see, and you guys are watching this combat. Her character pretty much does the same thing to the next 14 people in the line. She takes out every single person, either knocks them on their back or knocks them out. She gets through everyone in the line. So after a while, Luciano starts loosening up, and he's like, damn, oh, Levi, yeah, who is that girl? So and every time he shouts out like that, everybody in the dojo turns and looks at him. She's like, sorry. And then it happens again. Bam! Damn! Oh! So
So she's looking. Kagami's gonna look back at this person, and she's gonna be like, "Yes."
He looks at you. He
Totally
points at
just
you
be
on
like,
the ground over there. He points at you like, "Yeah, my girl, yeah." Is anybody taking bets? And Francis says something to Luciano in Italian. He's like, "Oh, sorry, boss. I'm sorry. And he sits back down. The next battle that happens, he's like, So he's like,
so funny.
at like the 14th battle, you're getting cocky at this point, Jen. Like you're just, these people are appreciating your moves. You when you go to get somebody, you actually like take their legs out, but you flip them. So instead of landing on their back, they actually flip all the way over and land on their stomach. So it's like it's just this crazy right out of a movie ninja move. It's like, that guy like lands on the ground. And you guys can all hear the wind just gush out of his. He's like, just, and then Luciano loses it at that point. He stands up, he flips the chair over backwards behind him. He's like, did you see that? Yes, yeah. Oh, sorry, but no. Did you see that? God. And so he's like, oh my God. Are we done? Can I shake her hand yet? I gotta. This is great.
Kigami is dying laughing quietly.
Limdon walks up and said, and then like he like quietly says to the four of you, he's like, "Well, we appreciate the fervor of your excitement. I think they can hear you outside. You should contain yourself. And do not get close to the mat, because if you step on the mat, the entire group will then take you out." He's like, "Oh, I ain't walking on the mat. No, I'm here. No, I ain't walking anywhere near there. Man, these girls there and the boys over, this is great." He's like, can I come in again? Can I watch this again? Limdons, you are welcome to come again if you could just temper yourself, please. It's clear you beat all their 15 main players at this point. No one else is walking up to you at this point. The sensei that was in charge of everything, he bows to you. And one of the other students walks up and opens her hands up to take the weapon out of your hand.
I hand it over appropriately in the non-challenge kind of way. And bow to them, bow to the sensei, and the feet in the non-challenge position, and then walk off the mat.
Master Yang was kneeling within the crowd, and you didn't notice when you came in because of the way the position of people were when you first walked in. Master Yang stands up, and when he stands up, everyone, all the students, instantly go down and kneel at that point when he stands up. And he starts to approach you at that point. As you walk off the mat, he's walking across the mat to you at that point. And he just says, Miss Zanshi, please approach.
Okay. I follow his instruction and walk towards him.
You have brought honor to your family and to your dojo today.
Thank you.
And he bows low to you. All the students that were kneeling all stand up, and then they all turn to you and they all bow low to you as well.
Turn.
He's speaking in Chinese, so whoever speaks Chinese at this point, and he just says, Miss Anshi today has shown you what her strengths are. Miss Anshi today has shown you where you need to learn and increase upon your strengths. Go now to reflect upon what you have learned today. And then everybody's like, they all bow to him. Even the people on the outside all start standing up. Everybody's bowing. My non-speaking Chinese people, you guys are like, what's going on? People are starting to leave at this point. Luciano's like, are we supposed to go now, boss? What are we doing? Francis is like, I think we're supposed to wait. Limdon turns and says, he's like, no, you will wait for the others to leave. You must meet these two so that our next stage may be approached. So please, the four of you, please sit. So Francis is like, oh, thank you, Mr. Don. He's like, no, just you might call me Lim Don, not Mr. Don. Thank you. He's like, okay, Mr. Lim Don, thank you. So Francis turns to Luciano and just says, Lucy, ladies, I think we're supposed to, like he said, we're supposed to sit. So Jen and Kagami, you see Lim Don back talking to those 4 newcomers against the back wall, talking to them. And then he turns around and he walks up and stands next to Master Yang. He talks quietly to Master Yang. Kagami, while all these people are leaving, you were kneeling, sketching. What would you do when all these people are leaving at this point? You're muted.
Thanks. Well, she's gonna close up her sketchbook, and she'll get up, but she's gonna kind of look around and look for Jen and kind of see what she's doing.
So Jen's on the center of the mat because
She's still
Master
there?
Yang. Yeah,
Oh.
Master Yang called her to the center of the mat, so she's still standing there because that's what.
Okay, then she's just gonna kind of wait there.
Okay.
Because she doesn't know where else to go.
All right. You notice there are those 4 newcomers are still there. They stood up and they sat right back down to where they were. And then Lim Don, you remember from earlier, is talking to them, and he walks out and he's standing next to Master Yang on the mat. So back to Jen. So the 2 of them are facing you on the mat, and they're talking quietly in Chinese. And Lim Don says to Jen, and he just says, yes, wrapping up soon. He says to you, Miss Jen, you it is clear why you have been chosen and brought here today. There are others that you must meet now, for we shall discuss the next leg of your journey. So do you need to change, or do you feel comfortable to meet with these others now?
As they are already here, I don't want to make them wait. I am comfortable as I am. No.
So he turns to you, Kagami, and says, Kagami, when Jen exits the map, you may join us within the next room. And then he turns around to the 4 of you against the wall, says, you 4 may join us as well. Please follow us as we exit to the meeting table.
Okay.
So Lim Don walks out first. Master Yang is like just a step behind him as they're leaving. Progression wise, Jen would be next, and then Kagami, you could quickly join her, and then the 4 of you against the wall would be able to walk around the outside of the mat and just easily catch up without having to rush. So you guys go. You leave the dojo area. You walk down a couple of hallways, following Lim Don the whole way. Do you talk quietly yourselves, or?
I'm just going to observe. I'm actually going to go up and grab Luciano by the bicep and just try to make him settle down a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that was great. That was just so cool.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I think this might be some serious business in a second, so we're going to have to put the game face on.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Boop. I'm good. No, he does that. He's like, I'm good now.
Impressive.
Oh, I'm okay. So, game face is on. Boss, we got it? And Francis is shaking his head. He's like, yes, I have it, Lucy. Let's go. Yeah, but you hear this whole conversation. You're right there. So you guys, the 4 of you, Jen and Kagami, they're just a couple steps behind you. You can hear them talking. They're not loud, but they're not trying to hide their conversation. So you kind of overhear what they're talking about.
All Kagama's doing is like hooking her arm to Jens and is like, Mama Hen just walking next to her. She's like, "Yep, this is my friend here."
So you guys walk
like
down the hall.
this is how I'm most comfortable. I spend my life in this heat.
Yeah,
So,
here, like I'm in my gi. I just got through fighting. I'm good to go.
I'm good. Yeah.
Can totally tell you're
I
in your
feel
element.
so much better. I finally got to get some of that out in a while.
You walk down the hall. You come to the Kagami and Jen. You have been to this table before. This is the same place where you sat before. Montana and Yeva. When you approach the table, Lindon walks around behind to the far end of the large round table. There's 12 seats at the table. Pulls out a chair. Master Yang sits down, and then he scoots the chair in and just stands directly behind him. Master Yang says, please join me at the table. So 11 more seats. Where do we sit?
Go ahead, sorry. I'm sitting wherever Jen's sitting.
Okay, Jen, where do you sit?
Probably fairly close to them.
So imagine a clock. So on the numbers of the clock, Yang is sitting at the 12. Where do you sit?
I'll probably like motion towards the 10 and ask if like, is this one okay?
All right.
And if
I'll
they
be the
say
9.
yes, then that's wrong.
So
I'll be
you
the
sit at
9.
10.
Leaving another space in between just if there's somebody else that needs to.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think
So do you sit at there's Kagami, do you sit at 10 or 9?
9.
I'm at 10.
I'm sorry, 11 or 9. So you're sitting at 9. So there's a space
Yeah.
still. Okay.
Oh yeah,
So now
because
you ladies
I'm
and
not going to be
gentlemen,
that
look down.
person.
Where are you guys sitting at?
4
We got
o'clock.
9. So 9, 10, and 12. So you're sitting over at 4. Montana, where are you sitting at?
If he's a 12, I'm 11.
What is it?
If he's a 12, I'm 11.
So you're going to sit all the way. So you're almost directly opposite of Yeva, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And next to me.
Yeah. Luciano and Francis look confused. So they sit on both sides of Yeva. So they're sitting at 3 and 5. So we got 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. And there's some space inside there. Master Yang says, welcome. This is quick, I understand, but in another part of the world, the Umbra is being opened for you. So we must quickly greet and meet one another so that you may go upon the next leg of your journey. Miss Yeva, you have been here before. Welcome back.
Master Yang, it is good to see you again.
So we are now within the full tense of Gaia. So I may say that I am kin. There are others within this dojo that are kinfolk. And all of you at this table are very much of Gaia as creatures of Fera. Miss Yeva, on both of your sides, the gentlemen, ladies, this is Luciano, and Lucy does his hat. And this is Francis, and Francis does his hat. They have brought the ladies here today at my request. Sitting next to me with audacity that only Miss Montana can do, this is Montana.
I'm just gonna wink to the rest of the table.
Kagami nod like in greet.
Just kind of, she's sitting next to me, so I'm just kind of looking at her like, okay. Kind of outside of. my
Yeah.
normal. Haven't really met somebody
Yeah.
like her.
As far as the opposites go, she's like dressed to her nines sitting here, and you're wearing a gi. You know, like you are so opposite right now. And so he continues and he says, going next to Miss Montana, this is Zanshi Wei. Her friends call her Jen. Next to Miss Jen is Miss Umida Kamagami.
Hi. She'll wave.
Ladies, you will be continuing upon this journey. Mr. Luciano and Mr. Francis, you are welcome to participate and be part of this discussion, but you will not represent your family on this leg of the journey. And Luciano's like, I'm too busy to go anywhere. I'm not going anywhere, boss. What, do you need me to go somewhere? And Francis is like, just shut up and listen. He's like, yeah, zip it. Got it. Yang turns back to Francis and says, you had another friend that was supposed to be joining you this evening. And Francis says, oh yeah, he had to take care of an issue at the club. So Johnny's going to be joining us in a little bit. He's like, so Johnny, this is who we are waiting on. He's like, yeah, so Johnny will be here in a little bit. He just needs to get his way here. He's like, oh, okay. Does he need an escort? Should Lim Don bring him here? He's like, oh no, Johnny's good. Johnny's good. So we'll catch him up. So what do you got to talk about? What do you got to say to us? So he says, well, I have much to say. There is much to discuss, but in the real world, we should pause because we are at just after 10 o'clock. So we'll let Master Yang, we'll pause on what he was just about to tell the group at this point. Waiting for the umbral rift to happen. So what we need to do at this point is I need to, for the next time, since Jerome has provided me with the PDF, and we all have the PDF on there, we need to look at renown and all the other things that are appropriate for your groups on see what's how to increase your renown awards and everything. That Jerome, you shared that on our Fera chat, right? Okay. So if I could get all of you to look at that PDF. So think back, this is game session 6. So I'm just going to take some notes on that renown chart and try to figure out what's appropriate for you, and then I'll give you your temporary renown to get to work towards your renown and everything. But if you can look at something that maybe I missed, so when I bring it up next session, you can like, oh yeah, but I'll say what I think that you guys have, and then you can like, because normally we would do this at the end of every session. So I want you guys to look over just your notes and think about what's appropriate, and I'll tell you what I think. If I've missed something, let me know. And I'll, it's not going to hurt my feelings if I miss something. Just let me know. And I'm not going to intentionally miss something. So if I do miss something, just let me know. Hey, what about this time where I did that? Oh yeah, that's appropriate. I'll give you points for that. Does that make sense? Okay.
Where was it shared to?
It's in the Fera chat on Facebook.
I wasn't seeing it.
Oh, there it is. It is, I mean, right around where I was just saying I was just leaving for work. From work. Like right above it.
Oh, okay. It was tiny and just said renowned. I was looking for a link instead.
And then it should be on the right side as well, isn't it? Like, maybe not.
Didn't even go. That's weird.
It was posted at 7:19 just to find it.
I see it. I'm
Oh, there it
trying
is.
to open it, but it's not.
Well, if you can't get it to open, just type something in there, and I've got it saved on my computer, so either I can reshare it or Jerome can reshare it. But
Okay, got it.
so we leave the ladies in the dojo, and we leave Katamaris waiting skinny dipping with Sean in the Midwest.
Terrible.
All right, I had a good time. I hope you guys did as well.
I'm
Yep.
excited to finally get together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Almost
we have
all of
4
us
out of
together
5 you
now.
together. We're about to get number 5 in.
So, according to schedule, then the next game would be the 30th.
I'm good for that.
Should be okay.
Okay.
I don't think I have any conflicts.
And
That's
did we
the Monday
did we
after.
do any did we do XP on the second? I can't remember if we did or not.
Yeah, we got
we
2.
did. Yeah, that's right. We did. I remember now. Okay, never mind.
Does anybody want to spend experience, or do you just want to send me an email out and let me know where you're spending your experience? I'm fine with that.
I don't know where I'm spending mine yet. I'll probably
Yeah, I
tell you
don't
later.
either. I have no clue.
Gosh, I need to do a lot of experience on all my games.
So, I'll go ahead and end the stream with this then, and then we will actually the next game coming up is actually in 2 days. Wednesday we will be kicking off the Mass Effect game, which is powered by the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rules. So that ought to be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to that whole shebang because I'm a big fan of the Mass Effect universe. So outside of that, then the next games are kind of hit and miss because the holidays coming up. So we'll try and post on social media and whatnot to keep everybody informed if we're going to be playing, because we're probably not going to be doing anything next week given the time frame so close to Thanksgiving and whatnot. So
I have nothing going on. We can do the 27th.
Same.
Okie doke. So thank you all for watching. Those who might tune in to the stream or downloads on YouTube and whatnot, and we'll take it from there. Bye.
Goodbye.